So hello everyone, Myrmonden here, welcome to my review of Liturgy Episode 20. I'm still happy, I looked at the episode again, I'm still laughing. It was a really good episode, really good episode, I loved it of course. I wish of course they would actually have kissed of course, Akko and that would be awesome. But it's so implied, or it's just like, she's kind of like my best friend. So bad. But the ending was so good there. Yeah, that was cracks me up still. But she's like, she has to be Sundar, right? It's like I like you, Akko. What did you say? You did a good job. No. Tell me again. I just love that. And how, of course, Akko is super pushy, right? And then she said no, but he's like, no, calm down, honey. And he's like, no. She's like in her face, right? Brushing up in her face, yeah, like that was great. And also I loved it because we saw Akko being the most sad she ever been with, right? Most depressed Akko we've ever seen. And it's all about her love for Diana, right? It's like, no, but Diana is talking to Andrew there. It's like, but Diana is she's like, I need her. She wants to be at the school, and I want her to be there and meet me. And I was like, I really love her. Okay, that was great. That was really good. But anyway, let's go for the start. Somewhat, I'm just gonna store that. It's easier. But basically, it's about the course. Diana and Akko being friends, or more than friends, or whatever. But they're like, yeah, like they're that right finally, which is very obvious, right? It's in the opening already. But yeah, but obviously they're gonna be friends. And as I predicted correctly, by becoming friends or whatever, Diana could give her a word, right? So they become friends, and when Akko almost kisses her in the kind of the, like, I don't know, like some kind of basement hospital, and that was kind of weird. Like, why would they have the hospital so unintended? It's hard to get to there. Or people are in here, okay, they have to walk through this bridge and shit, and it's like down in this basement that apparently is like, I don't know, like a 1 kilometer under the water surface or something. It's like, that sounds like a really bad hospital placement. I guess I had it from war or something, but I was like, okay. But anyway, yeah, and so on, right? So that was always the main thing with the episode. Is their relationship, of course, and as a pretty that they would become the world and so on, right? Very obvious. But the episode is about two things, whatever, right? It's about that, and it's about Diana beating her evil, aunt that has a typical like Cinderella or whatever, a typical evil stepmom, right? Because her mother, of course, died as we saw in last episode. She was very young. And her mother was, very nice and teaching her magic and blah blah. And of course, her not a stepmom, but her aunt instead takes over as the evil aunt, right? She's of course really evil. She has two evil sisters, daughters. She's got twin sisters, and they're like bitchy, like, nah, Diana, you have no nobility really. Like, that typical thing, right? And they were like, Mama's gonna make you easily. So the super douchebag twins, like very classic fairy tale. And because of that, it's very predictable, right? But that is one thing I say always about Little Witch Academia. It usually is kind of predictable. You kind of figure out, okay, because you kind of know that the recipe is like, okay, Akko's going to do something stupid, that's going to help her in the end to get better grades. And that's kind of the beginning of the anime, right? And right now, when I do this like super typical fairy tale, like classic Grimm or something, right? Obviously, the evil twins and the evil mom is gonna lose, like, of course, because we're following the heroes. But generally, it's like, yeah, obviously they're like their pride and their condescending tone, of course, gonna pay them in the ass, right? And I started doing live. I was like, can they even do animatic, the twins? Because they're probably like super spoiled. And yeah, we see later they're teaming up with their mom, flying against Akko and Diana, and they're like, beating me one punch, right? Because for the weakness, yeah. Because obviously those twins are useless, right? Because they're so spoiled, so entitlement, right? They've never done anything in their life, and so it's obviously gonna be horrible and actual dramatic battle. So it's like that was very predictable. I still liked it, but it kind of follows typical fairy tale, right? Because it's like, yeah, okay, these two evil stepsisters or kind of that thing. They are super like, yeah, we can have any boys you want, and yeah, we can do this, and we should not do that. Yeah, we're so spoiled. That uber spoiled kind of character is never gonna win any fairy tale, right? Mainly because they're so spoiled, so they never have been in an actual battle, right? So that's very obvious, but still pretty good. However, that actually was my weakest moment in the episode. Not that the twins lost. I kind of preferred it more actually. The twins would attack Diana and Akko like 2 vs 2 to begin with, and Diana be like, fuck off, you bitches, like, and that would be like, get away here, you snobby, yeah, and that would be one good scene. And then her mom will arrive, or their mom will, and fight them, right? And fight them for real. That would have been I think it's better, because now it's like she just one punched all of them, like the daughters and the mother, without no issue, where, you know, their mom actually beat Diana easily earlier, and her mom has like this weird like shaping out of like facing into buildings and becoming like entangleable or something, or, you know, like becoming invincible and control over her snakes, like the familia or something like that. And basically that's her mom, her aunt, dear mom, seems to be quite strong, right? Like really strong. And but in the air battle, she was like, you know. And that was very plot dominant, because okay, you've already done this story. She's, you know, inspired by Akko now, Akko's friendship / love or something, like, yeah, Nakaman, Aoi, and Akko's like, believe in your heart, and yeah, like, we can do it together, you and me, you know, like, yeah, she goes like, that super, you know, love Akama, believe in yourself thing, you know, believe in me, you believe in you thing, you know, yeah, we got that speech of Akko is like, yeah, I can beat them, and of course she crunched him, like, it's a little shade, the morning. I would like for her aunt to have a better fight against her, right? It made complete sense as she knocked out her cousins in one attack, because they had as said, a very predictable, like super spoiled, you know, weak character. So, you know, spoiled, so actually really weak. Like, have left in one piece, whatever. Right? Classic. So it was like, yeah, for them. But I think her aunt should have been a little better fighter there. But I looked at the timer-ish, because I'm looking live stream, and I was like, yeah, okay, it's like on like 3 minutes episodes. It probably has to be to like 1 second, because, you know, if they had the fight earlier in the episode, it could be a bit longer, right? But they can. I don't think it's bad. Pay attention to that. Probably, or I would have spent a little more time. So that. But that's kind of the main topic, right? Kind of Diana versus her aunt. And I love how she looks so evil too. I love how she always looks so evil. She always doing this. This is very, very classic evil. She's like appearing out of the wall with its red eyes for her. Yes, so like it's super evil, right? It appears out of the shadows. You always see her first, her really, really creamstone, like really evil eyes first, and like, And then her daughters are talking about like, oh, Mama can beat her easily. She's so weak, and she suddenly appears into weird, like shaping out of the stone. It's kind of weird. Her face, stomach first. She's like, yes, girls. And she's come up there, but yes, it was easy. And that's, you know, like this fur coat, but yes. Oh, I mean, but it was so easy. I just love her. Like, I mean, that's good with this agreement, even if it's very predictable, and we've seen it a minute before. They really are so good in this anime. I really like, you know, presenting the characters and the characterization and how they move and how that they close and everything. And you really feel like this is a sort of parody, because you look at their anime usually, but it's just a parody on the classic evil stepmom, evil witch, right? She's like, yes, come on, girls, let me tell you about our victory. Like, you know, that kind of character, right? It's like, yeah, okay, like we see it before in every damn fairy tale, every Disney movie, but they just make it work because it's so, you know, over the top, right? It's like, yes, super red eyes, always appearing out in like the walls, like the black shadows of nothing, in like the void just appears, like snake powers, yeah, like that. I just love her. It's just so classic. This was the end of it. Very good in that part, right? But the more part in this episode, because I had more parts. Like I mentioned again, I won't talk about that more here. I loved the Akko scene. I said it earlier again, but I loved the scene when she was talking to Andrew, because she was the most depressed I've ever seen with Akko, right? She's really depressed, and we see it like, but I want to have Diana in my life, you know? And it's like the same like last week, she's like, Diana, don't leave me, I need you here. And that's the thing I'm talking about again, like, because they are the best friends, right? Or the best companionship, because they are like always pushing each other, right? Where Lotte Susie, they're just like, I'm poking her, she's sleeping. Like, that's Susie, right? And Lotte's like, no, don't poking her. Like, they have that kind of, they're friends with her, but they aren't really like helping Akko grow. Like, they're helping her with her crazy plans because they think it's funny / care about her. But they never really but they never really like, you know, actually push her in one other direction. And their friends, you know, they use her, you know, followers, right? But they are the two people that are always like, you know, make each other better. Then that's like, but Akko, listen to me. And like, they have that kind of banter, right? They're actually trying to, you know, make the other people better all the time. So they're a great couple, right? Because they're always like making another one, better and so on. And then this is so funny too, because she's pushing in Diana, and it's like, Diana, let's do it. She's like, no, because Diana is like kind of, you know, very prude, very like, no, it's just kind of weird. No, let's do it. And that was very like, it obviously had huge, you know, lesbian and reality to us, right? Because he's like, I think we can do it. We should do it, Diana. And she's like, no, like that. We're young girls. we shouldn't try that. It's kind of like, no, we shouldn't not do that yet. It's like, yes, combine our magic, you know, kind of like that, right? But obviously it's like, yes, combine our magic together, believe in our hearts, believe in me, you believe in you, yeah, obviously. But obviously it's like, you know, very undertone that it's like, we can do this together, you and me. And it's like, I don't know, maybe I've thought about it. It's like, yeah, well, I mean, I have fantasy about it once before. And of course the end is like, even doing kind of like kiss him out too when she's flying. Tell me more. You do the lips with her, and it's like, no, leave me alone, like, I'm ready to give you what you want. You know, it's like, yeah, so obviously they're very like, they're playing it. I thought it was really funny. And it was great. But also, I mean, again, then we see Akko being sad, and it's like the person she actually kind of kisses about the most, except Shadow Chariot, of course, and Ursula's wife with Shadow Chariot, is Diana, right? If her own, of her classmates, of her kids, her age, right? Kids her age. And then that's probably Andrew, right? It's kind of like that, yeah. And that's also what he was pretty intelligent too, because the person she confesses her love about Diana to is her other love interest. Like she has two love interests, right? Akko has two love interests, which is Diana and Andrew, right? So it's very interesting too, the dynamic there. She's like talking to her other kind of obvious love interest, Andrew, which he obviously likes her, and she's like, but I need Diana in my life, don't you see? And he has his flashback when he remembers, which is very sad. They had like training magic alone, and no one helps her. Like her maids, like they're like, you can do it, do something. And all the girls are like cheating on Andrew, and he's like, I kind of like that. Diana, she never gives up. Yeah, and he's like, yes, I see what you mean. Yeah, Diana has a good spirit. It's like, yeah, so I like it how she's not pushing him to like her as well, because, you know, obviously he likes Andrew likes, you know, Akko, right, very clearly, but he also likes Diana so much, right, and they also have this kind of hate love each other for many years, Diana and Andrew, right? And when Akko is pushing it, like, come on, like, Diana is the best girl, and he's like, yeah, she's pretty great, but you're also pretty great. He's like, oh yes, that's great too, because first of all he likes her, and she's like, I like this other woman, and he's like, okay, don't you like me? You know, a little, right? And she's like, but she's so great, don't you remember? He's like, yeah, you're right. She is also really great. He's like, damn it, I like them both. So they have to get a triangle drama, because he's like, she's right. He obviously he's obviously at least, you know, charmed by the other. You know, like, I think it's pretty clear he likes Akko a lot more, but he still has, you know, some feelings for Diana, right? And when Diana and Akko then says him, but I really like this. How do you like Diana? He's like, I kind of like her too. You mentioned it. I was like, yeah, that's like, there's a lot of valid points about Diana. She's a really good woman, yeah. It's like, he's like, yeah, who should I actually love here? So that was really interesting. I love that dynamic there, that Diana with they talk about Diana together. That was great, heartwarming, and, you know, it was a very, very good scene. So yeah, like, and that's pretty much the episode, right? They got a word off, of course, but that didn't matter so much. I think that the really essence here is like the, you know, Akko x Diana, but also, of course, Akko Andrew, and like Andrew Diana, because like he's like, you know, he liked Akko the most, but Akko is kind of selling Diana. He was like, don't you love her too? It's like, yeah. So like that was just so good. Of course, the ending though showed us that Akko forgot her hat, and Andrew has it. He's like, Kasugi-san, you're so silly. I like you. Like, you have this kind of sitting there in his car, like, that girl. She's so nice. That kind of scene recording the end, right? But yeah. One last point though. I'm guessing Diana brought her carpet, right? Because the maid and so on, they're like, you know, take your chest of your treasure, which is the last card Akko needs, right, for her collection of shiny shell cards. And having all of them might, you know, unlock the last word, right? Something like that, because the text don't are the words. So she's like, take this with you, young lady. She's like, okay then. And of course, Akko stands there like, yes. Sometimes like, let's live together, like that kind of scene, right? And obviously doesn't know what's in the chest, but that's a very good foreshadowing there, that they give her the card, so you can give it later to Akko, of course, which takes it with her and travel. Well, yeah, last part two, the action part, it was pretty good when they were flying. The action part with the snake versus Akko was pretty good, and actually I think that the snake, when she is like in the turtle form, when it bites her in the face, that's the kind of, probably the most brutal scene you see so far in Akademia, right? That, or maybe chatting against the machinery, the golems, something like that. So that was pretty cool as well. But then, of course, when they're flying up in the air there, when they fly super fast, the appearance is like freaking kilometers up to the top, several hundred miles. I don't know, but that was pretty cool as well. Like, they looked really good. So when they do the action, they do the action really good, right? So overall, a really, really good episode. I'm gonna give it like a 9 out of 10 or so. A big only thing that I didn't like, man, not with 5. Not with 5 out of 10. Obviously, I would like a Reed Kiss. That would be really awesome. Or Andrew being more like, but I like you, Akko. That also be good. Or I like pick something, man. That would be good. But I do think that I wish her auntie had a little better fight there in the air. And then of course you go down and see her, like the spirit of her ancestor Beatrix. And that also little confused me a little bit thinking about it. That she feels like it's also like a wooden spirit kind of, right? Because she's also living in the lake. She's dead, like her magic spirit live around. It's like Woodward Sensei. But she also has like wood magic, so maybe wood magic makes you be immortal. But it felt more like she should be a kind of crystal or unicorn or something. So it's a little, I think that's a little bad that had kind of the same shrine for her as they had for Woodward Sensei. Because I felt that you should have your own unique shrine, right? To be one of the nine witches that you can't kill apparently. Like they can't die because they have some good magic, so they live along with some kind of living ghost something, some spirit, right? And I felt like she had some older partner. Probably. Yeah, I think so. Like so kind of water, because she's appearing in the lake, right? She's the lady in the lake, right? Pretty much. I felt better if she had been like a water, like a crystal of like ice or water or something, and that would be her spirit encapsulated in that instead of wood. Because we already have one person, and the person is even called Woodward, so she's obviously the plant magician, right? And I felt like her ancestor Beatrix would be more like a mad water magician now, right, or something like that, or a unicorn magician. I don't know. Yeah, but like I don't know. That part was a little. That part felt a little weird. That's the same thing. I mean, even it's explained like, oh, it's plant magic. That's how you can become spirit. It felt like couldn't she be as a lady of the living water or something. That would make more sense to me. So I did like that part a little. They want a little more screen time. So it's not a perfect episode, but it's very, very close to being a perfect episode, like at 9.5. So anyway, see you next week. Have a great day.